Hi, ladies. Hi. Hello. There's 11 of us. Awesome. Well, Texas went from freezing to hot overnight. So I'm in a tank top and I'm enjoying it. Okay, let's get started. I am not going to be on my walking pad today because I didn't sleep well last night. So I'm really excited to check in with you guys, though. Okay, how's everybody going? Ellen, do you want to go first? Your hands up. You guys, we're a small group, so you can just unmute if you want.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I kind of well, my win is that I'm showing up today.
Okay.
That's my win. And
Okay.
I
It's been a
got
hard
up and
week.
I got dressed and I don't think I look too bad, like
You
I'm
look
looking at
great,
myself.
Ellen.
I can see that I've lost weight in my face.
Oh, wow. How does it make you
So
feel?
it feels good.
I know it's like a good, kind of good, scary thing
It,
sometimes.
I'm not getting into that uh-oh, yikes reaction.
Great.
So
Oh
it's
my God,
really,
that's the best news ever. Good.
yeah.
Okay, so this is a time to just be super aware of your thoughts, of your feelings, of your behavior. Notice if there are any healthy habits that you've been doing that you stopped doing, or notice, actually, the series that I just dropped into the 90-day Google Doc, I think would be good for you to go through. There's some questions, there's some inquiry in there. Like, just there's some good questions to ask yourself right now. Like, okay, what does this mean? I've lost weight. What am I making this mean? And if it's like, fuck yeah, hooray, then awesome. So just this is the time to just be really conscious of how you're behaving and how you feel about the changes. And as long as you're feeling good, keep doing the same that you've been doing. But I mean, Ellen, that's awesome. That speaks to how deeply you've been tapping on yourself. Healing sexual trauma on your own is not easy. So I think you've done a really good job of
Well, thank
digging
you.
that up.
I've been at it for years. I've been in counseling and groups and,
Of course, yeah, of course. But even just the tapping
but
technique,
but
applying
this
it is
is,
hard.
that your technique is the one that really works.
I do know that, but I always love to hear
Um,
it.
the thing I want to put to you is I feel like I need help. Okay.
Okay,
I have reached a point where I want to focus on feeling good about my body. And, I have this problem with wounds on my legs and bandages, and I have to see a doctor every week and nurses. And, it's like, I want to, I was like looking at the opposite game. And
okay.
is there a way that I don't know if this is too ambitious of me to like think that I could do this myself, but I want
The
to be able
opposite game works really well when you want to do tapping on your own because you trigger yourself. So you don't have to know what the trigger is. The trigger comes up with the opposite game.
okay.
So what were your ideas? I don't know exactly
Well,
what you think your leg.
like if I can imagine that my legs would heal up and that I wouldn't need to do this anymore and I would be free from that. I would be healed. I would be whole. I could like
Is
imagine
there,
like
since
wearing
you,
normal shoes again, and
oh, okay.
being a
Um,
foxy lady again, like
yeah, okay, I have an idea. I have an idea. Let me
all
know
right.
if this does it for you. The visual that came to me before you even said anything about shoes was having you imagine walking down a busy street with a super short skirt and in high heels and your legs like out for everybody to see and looking really good.
Okay.
Does that feel crunchy at all or
It's way far away from where I am, but
totally? But
yeah.
that's what you want is you want
Okay.
something that we're creating the opposite, right?
Okay.
And what that does is it brings up the beliefs and the feelings that are hidden, that are programmed against that new reality.
Okay.
Okay. And feel free to like play with it and make it even crunchier. If there's like maybe even imagine like men whistling at you, be like, woo, the sexy, sexy legs on that lady. Right? Like really like dramatize it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
All
excited to see how that goes, Ellen.
right. Thank you, Brittany.
Yeah, you're welcome. I love the opposite game. Okay, Aaron and then Sarah. Mm. Oh, there's two Aarons. I don't know. I'm gonna ask this one to unmute. Aaron with her hand up.
Yeah, sorry, I'm here.
Are you logged on in two different? Do we have two Aarons? Are you
Now,
logged?
don't you have like a someone that works for you whose name is Aaron?
Yeah, I don't know if that's her though. Can't see
Uh,
her. Yeah, she.
Yes,
Oh,
Brittany,
oh
it's
no, we have
me.
friends.
It is me. I missed the 90-day call, so I just kind of wanted to see where everybody was at.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for being
So,
here, Aaron.
yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right.
okay. So I think so last week I asked you and you said bring it to office hours about kind of the mind, the world of the mind in terms of like daydreaming and fantasy and stuff like that. And um then I was reading something on codependence and I was like, oh my gosh, I think I still have like some of this stuff to heal out. So I'm kind of wondering more if my misogi is so, and then it was like, if you're spending every like available moment, like when you're at the stoplight or when you're here, or when you're there, like thinking about like wanting to meet someone or wishing you had a partner, blah, blah, blah. And that is like 100% me. Like I go on these like
Hmm.
man daydream binges. Like they're
Mhm.
not even necessarily sexual or just like that, but it's like, yeah, I mean, I think it's maybe what some people did when they were like 13, but here I am.
Yeah.
So, you know, I I want to be like a secure, at peace, single person. No, no. I want to be married to a healthy, et cetera, man, but I don't know that that will happen. And so what I want is I want to be like secure with myself. So like I want to heal like the rest of my anxious attachment, the codependence, like things here and there. Um, so that if there is someone that I can healthily engage in it, and if there isn't, that I can be happy anyway.
Yeah.
But the mind, yeah. So those are one is probably a symptom of the other. So those are my sort of
So are you wanting to switch to work on relationships and not food? Is that what I'm hearing?
um I don't know. Is it working on relationships or is it, yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess what I was just saying. Yeah, I mean, do I want to lose weight and all that? Yes, I want to feel good in my body, but um I think I think the sort of I don't know, the aloneness of being single, I think gets me down. Like my mind, I can't have it constantly running off and not. I mean, the most healthy place to be in is in reality, right? And I think when I go off into these like daydream tangents, and they really can, I called it sort of like this binge in a way, like an hour could go by and I don't even realize it. And I've sort of been like dreaming up this scenario in my head or whatever. So,
What are you making? What are you making being single mean to you?
um, I think in part being single means that I'm lacking in something,
Okay.
right? Like being unwanted, unattractive. Um, but I also just like I'm a people person. I'm an extrovert. I do better when there are people around. But I also like in those daydream, like I think it also feels maybe like lack of purpose a little bit. Like sometimes, and this is again, I don't know like how much of this is some of the codependency things or not, but it's like I think I would like to be able to be helpful to someone, or I want to like be their answer to prayer, or um, that kind of, something. I think being in a relationship feels like it would give me something that is driving my life forward. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I can feel that aspect, but you have this story about what it means that you're single, blocking that.
right.
And it doesn't feel like a big block or like it's something you need to spend a year making it your misogi. I think I think if you sat down and sat with the question, what am I making being single mean? And you wrote out everything that you make it mean and the whole story. I've heard you say lonely, I'm bored. It means I'm not hot enough. I'm not attractive. Nobody wants me. Like I've heard a lot of just like limiting beliefs and limiting story in this. It it is tied to self-esteem and some and core wounding, which you're healing through your relationship with food. And also concurrently, I'm not opposed to you doing some tapping on your story about what it means to be single and to be alone right now. Because I think, not that I'm encouraging you to be alone, I think it is healthy for us to have partnership. But I also know that you will only attract a healthy partner if you're like really in a good place around who you are and where like how you treat yourself and how you think about yourself.
Yeah.
And that it doesn't um to me it doesn't sound like a big trauma. I think, certainly your relationship with your dad will I mean, I can see a direct parallel in the men I'm dating and where I'm at with my daddy trauma. It's just there's no better way to up level your relationship life than to like heal your core wounds from your parents. And sometimes I get sick of that and I stop doing that
Yeah.
for a while, and then I just date at a certain level for a while, and then I'm sick of the people that I'm dating, and then I dig into the stuff and see what's there. Um, but I would start with just like tapping on your story about what it means, because you're making this means something about you that is untrue. And I think before you, that's kind of like covering up all the other shit.
Okay. So what it means to be.
What are you making being single mean? So
Okay.
so just sit with that. It's not something that you're going to answer right now. It's like
Yeah.
something it's going to be a 3 pages situation. You know what the 3 pages?
Just keep writing.
Yeah, just keep writing until you start repeating yourself. Keep
Okay.
writing.
Is there an aspect of this that's sort of opposite game-ish?
I don't think so. Well, I don't, yes, there's probably something we can do with the opposite game, but I can, this story, the way that I'm seeing it, it's like a net that's on top of everything else. It's a light, thin net. It's just the holes are big, so it doesn't have a lot of weight, but it's just kind of like affecting everything. Does that
Right.
make
Yeah.
sense? So until you get rid of that, oh, my fucking landscapers just got here. Until you get rid of that, I think it's just gonna keep affecting you.
Right. Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like a big deep trauma. I would stay focused on the weight stuff. I think this is like a nice distraction from that. We just did some really heavy, deep work with your dad stuff. I can imagine the safety mechanism in you is probably like, fuck, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to keep doing the dad stuff. And it's fine to take a break from it, but also I'm gonna keep bringing you back to your original intention, and also know and also remind you that you will make progress in your relationship life parallelly is that the right word, as you are working with your food, with your relationship with food. They will both up level as a result of you focusing on the food stuff.
Okay. So write it all out. Am I supposed to tap? And then do I go back and
And
tap on?
then you make that a tapping script. Yeah.
Okay.
That becomes your tapping script. And then you keep tapping on that until there's no charge. So 0 to 10, you don't have to do everything. I mean, some people you can line by line, 0 to 10, how true is that? But I would really just look at it and then remember, you guys, this is how to do the 3 pages. look at the sentence, but then say it out loud when you embody it. Don't read it off the paper and tap because then you're not embodying it, you're not feeling it. If that makes sense. This is like how to create your own super accurate tapping script. These are like, if any tapping script, if I agree with any tapping script, it's writing your own like this.
And if there are memories that come up while I'm doing it, like already as we're talking, like I can hear my dad saying, "You're going to grow up to be alone," like, um, do I jot those down and are those something to circle back to at a different time?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. You can say, you can add that as part of the script. Dad told me I was going to end up alone and here I am alone.
Okay.
You can make that part of the script, but I really truly think that your relationship with men will heal when you heal your relationship with food.
Okay.
They're one and the same. And there's different aspects. There'll be other things that you'll need to heal with your dad when you start dating again, or maybe with your ex. But it's like I see it like killing two birds with one stone if you keep focused on the weight stuff.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Because my mom had a bad relationship. Both my parents had a bad relationship with food. My dad's like the marathon ultra runner, super skinny, and my mom was so like, okay, all right.
Yeah, so right now your dad's up. Your mom might have a turn at some point too.
Okay.
That's usually how it works.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, Sarah.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I just want to share. I had a good win. I
Awesome.
really tapped on something. I mean, it sounds so trivial, but I went to like a woman's bunko party and I tapped before I went for like 25 minutes in the morning and then like again 10 minutes, like 3 hours before I went. And I went and was successful with everything I wanted to be successful with. So
Great.
I just,
That
it was
is a
awesome.
big
And
deal. What kind of party
yeah,
was it?
it was like a bunko, but they eat and they
What's a
drink,
bunko?
these women. Like there's
I
no
don't know what a
tomorrow.
bunko is.
It's like a dice game. It's very stupid dice
Oh,
game, but anyways, there's like 25 women there and they talk and they eat and they drink. And
okay.
I did none of it. I was just there for the laughter, laughing at
Wow.
them, playing the game. I was like, if I could do that at every social event, I would be looking like you. But
Awesome.
so it was really good. And then I just have something that I know is going to trigger me a little bit, and I'm going to say this super fast because I know
Right.
we're busy here. But I have a friend coming to stay with me, and I've stayed with her when I went through some shit. And but I have a much smaller house and one bathroom, and I have to tell my son tonight, and I know he's going to fucking freak out because they kind of drive him crazy.
Okay.
Um, and they're going to sleep in the living room and they're bringing a big dog. And I have a little dog that hates their big dog, but they don't have anywhere else to go for 5 nights. So I just am trying to also not trigger myself to just go eat about this because that's what I would do. But also just giving myself the tools to how to talk to him about it. He's 15. Her daughter's 14. But they are night and day. Um, so I'm just like, okay, Sarah, you can talk to him, you can do this. And I don't know if I should just like tap about it and send him to outer space to give him the bat to smash everything and then give him the tools to be able to be like, okay, mom, I know this is gonna suck, but I can like suck it up. It's 5 days, blah, blah, blah. And there'll be the three of them all getting ready to go to school and work at the same time in the morning. So like shower's gonna be a little, ooh, and I'm already like, ooh, but like it's happening
Yeah.
Saturday and I need to tell him.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That is an idea. I to send him to the healing center, but I
Or is it
think it's
me?
yeah,
24.
I think it's you,
Okay.
and I think it's more like boundary stuff. Like and I don't know exactly what it is because it sounds like you like maybe said yes to something that you meant no. Like,
Hmm.
is that kind of what happened?
Well, I definitely was like, oh, fuck, I should have not said yes. But then the big part is that when my life blew up and I had nothing and nowhere to go, she took us in for 7 months. And
Okay.
this is 5 nights. So in my
Yeah.
head, I'm like, how could I say no? But
Yeah.
I always say yes to everything. I'm very I'm the people pleaser,
Yeah.
like, oh, and I have been that since I was born.
Okay, so I think I think giving your people pleaser a moment to just be pissed that you said yes to this without the rationalization of, but she did this for me, I owe it to her. Just let her be a fucking brat. Let her be, for the first time in her life, let her be like, fuck you. Like, I don't want to help you. I know you helped me, but I don't owe you anything. I don't, my house is too small. Like, it's a voice.
Yeah, she has a much bigger house and two bathrooms.
Yeah,
So it was like,
voice how you feel. Voice that
yeah,
part. The much bigger bath and two bathrooms, like you have, that's the part that's incongruent, and I think your son is picking up on that. So if you
mhm.
try to tell him to be cool with it when you have this part of you that's actually not cool with it, he's,
Okay.
the kids are smart and they sense everything and
Well, when they
there's
come
not.
over, he literally gets anxiety and is like, "Mom, oh my," when like even and I don't have anxiety when they just come over. You know, they don't bring their big dog, they just come. I am like, "Oh my God, like it's so good to see them." He gets like, oh, because they just went on and on and on about things that he was just like, oh my God, Mom. I mean, he even stopped riding in the car with them to school and they went to the same school. And he was like, I'd rather ride the fucking bus, Mom, than be with these people. They drive me fucking
Okay.
crazy. So
Okay, so
I,
yeah, so I think you're not wrong to do that for him, and I think you
okay,
absolutely can do that. I would just work on your own feelings first. I would
first.
do both. Yeah, I mean, it's great that you are working on this ahead of time. It's like speaks to what a great mom you are and like how what a great person you are to like want to have a cohesive experience while you're helping these people.
Yes.
Yeah, but I would work with your own feelings first and then work with his feelings. And then teach it. Is this an opportunity that you can teach him tapping, like so he can self-regulate?
A
My
15-year-old
friend,
boy.
my
I mean,
friend taught her,
maybe.
my friend taught her both of her sons tapping, and it's helped them like dramatically, and they both really
Okay.
love it. Yeah.
I mean, I could try. I mean, if I was still with my ex that I was with a narcissist for 25 years, he would think we were fucking Lulu. And so I think that I'm trying to also just show my kids, like, hey, look, we were in a fucked up situation for a really long time. We're
Yeah.
out and we're going to be good. We're fine. Mom's working. Like, da 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 da. I mean, I
Yeah,
always work,
maybe
but
just show him that that's how you self-regulate. It's not
okay.
like, hey, do this thing so you feel better. Be like, hey, I've been doing this thing. It really helped me. I know you get anxiety when these people are around. Do you want me to show you something and let's try
That
it
just
together
like,
and see
even
if it
just to go like
works?
this, like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, or just like be like, teach him how to do the anger tapping to get the anxiety out of his body.
Okay.
The purging of the anxiety. Just teach him how to do that and be like, I've done this and make it like we're on the same team kind of thing. Like I'm
Yeah.
using this to regulate myself. Maybe it'll help. Pushing it on people never works, but off.
Yeah. I mean, he's 14 or say he's 15.
Yeah.
He's 15. He's a freshman. I don't know if he'd just be like, Mom, you are in the cuckoo land. Or maybe he would like I don't know.
You can
Let
just
me ask
tell
his
him
sister.
to share your experience with him. You do
Yeah.
it first on you and be like, hey, I was having a lot of anxiety about this. I tried
Mhm.
this thing. I think it'll probably help you. Do you want to try it with me? You don't have to, but I think it'll make it a lot easier with these people here. They're coming no matter what. So you can
Yeah,
either
that's
suffer
the
through
thing.
it or you can try this thing that'll make it. Do you want the easy way or the hard way?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Good luck.
Mm.
Stressful. Okay, Nairi. Can you
You
guys hear
mean?
me okay? That's super loud
Yep,
for me, but you can hear me okay. Cool.
I can hear you.
Oh,
Which is
mic
great.
closer to my mouth. Okay.
Yeah, cool. Sorry. Can you hear me all right, or do I
I
need
can
to
hear you, yeah.
increase? Okay, cool. Um, I'm st I've had some good wins this week. I'm been working with Casey on my procrastination and my sleepiness. And
Sorry,
it's
Nairi. Hang on just one second.
yep.
I actually try to listen to my AirPods. Oh, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yep, yep.
Okay, these aren't working. Okay, sorry. Let's start again from
No, that's all right. Yep. So I've had my winners that I've been working with Casey on my procrastination and sleepiness when I try to self-sabotage, and I'm having some success with that, and I'm focusing more, and I was actually able to read your self-sabotage script from the other day without trying to fall asleep, which was amazing.
Oh, great. That's how you know you made progress.
Yep, that's the one. My I'm kind of stuck though, and I've got a couple of things that are coming up to me for my what I need to work on.
Okay.
One one is about my decision when I was a kid not to have children. Just to go back and actually forgive myself for that. I don't regret not having children, but I'm definitely at an age where I can't have them anymore, which is okay. But I think I do need to work a little bit on what that made that decision for me.
Mhm.
Um, and my other one is about trust issues, because that will feed into my relationship issue and into my developing better relationship. And I'm just a little bit stuck on how do I work with how do I trigger myself to get to the base emotions for those? That's what I'm struggling.
I need more context for both of them. If you
Yeah,
want to like give me a little more context for one, maybe I
yeah.
can help you.
So maybe I'll talk about the kid thing because it seems to be the thing that's today's come up the most for me today.
Okay.
So when I was around 16 and I was babysitting my half sister, um, I wasn't quick enough to stop her from just falling down one step. So she was crawling up the stairs, and basically she missed one and went backwards by one. And my stepmother turned around to me and said, "You shouldn't have any children. You can't look after them." Um, yeah.
Wow.
And I get on really well with both of them. But and I was like, does that? And I think that was one of the main triggers when I decided not to have children. But I actually think it could be associated to the abuse further back for me than that as well, coming from a quite an abusive family and
Yeah.
going, I just didn't want to bring a kid into this environment. So I'm just
But is it how is
it's
it coming up for you? Is it are you wishing that you would have had kids or are you how is this getting
I
triggered?
I want to make peace with myself because I don't have a like we've got kids in the neighborhood and my sisters I don't all my family we've got quite a few babies and things at the moment in the family, but I'm not comfortable to even touch them or hold them. Yes, so it's more about that being
Okay.
comfortable with young kids. Um, yeah,
Got it.
it's
Okay, okay. I heard something else.
yeah,
You started with like, I need to forgive
yeah,
myself for not having kids,
yeah,
but that's a very different than like, I don't trust myself around young kids.
yeah, and I think that's where I was trying to work out what I was for myself as
Yeah,
well.
right.
So
Okay.
I
Okay.
appreciated you
So
helping
it's
me
the
on that.
latter, right? It's the latter. I
Yeah,
don't trust me.
yeah, it's the
Okay.
latter.
Okay. I would just do some, what do we call it now? Dynamic push away method with this. Go back to that time and relive that experience with your stepmom.
Okay.
And and um I would, say the words that you need to say, tell her obviously that's not okay for her to tell you something like that. And then do you think if she didn't say that to you, do you think you would have maybe had kids?
I, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. I know I'd still be a lot more comfortable around them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I
That,
don't,
that that's my
yeah.
sense. My sense isn't like that's what caused you not to have children.
Hmm.
But this doesn't seem like a really big. I don't think this is going to take like tons of tapping or anything. I feel like this is something that you could even do yourself. Just go back and have that conversation with her, and then also too, it is building repetition, right? Like
Hmm.
that could be a big block. And, I wouldn't expect to like all of a sudden feel super comfortable around kids, but then
Yeah,
as you engage, you'll build that muscle.
yeah,
And
which makes sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Is that helpful?
Oh, yeah, it is. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's sweet though. It's really sweet. Okay, Miriam.
Hi.
Hi.
Right. So I believe I finished my purge today.
Oh,
Um,
I was thinking about you today in the shower. I'm glad you're here. I was wondering how the
thank you.
purge is going.
Yeah, I feel like I had like a marathon sprint of tapping today. And
Did
then
you?
all of a sudden I had my eyes closed and all I could see was white clouds and angels floating around and I was amongst them. And I was like, okay, this feels really, really nice. So I mean I'm really tired today. Um I would really like to know a bit more about these purges. Like in your experience, how do you know if you're finished? What happens next? How do you proceed? Do you usually take some time to let it settle in to rest? Or yeah, I feel like I don't know where I am anymore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm glad you checked in. You know you're done with the purge when when you feel at peace. So you'll have a couple
Yeah.
days where you just have nothing come up and you're totally at peace.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get triggered, nothing triggers you, unlike when the purge is happening and it's just coming up and you're dumping and you can't do anything
Yeah.
about it. You will it's like the calm after the storm.
Yeah.
Um,
How do
so
you, in your experience, how long do purges usually last?
they
Very different?
they can last weeks. I've seen one student that was in it for a month, maybe 2 months.
Okay. Mhm.
So yeah, I would say weeks to months. I don't know if you're done with it yet. I would say give it a couple days and just see if
Mhm.
it's just peaceful. I wouldn't try digging for anything. Just enjoy, just go live your life. Do the things that you want to do the things you enjoy. Make a list of things that bring you happiness and go have a great weekend doing all those things. And if you can, and if you feel, if that peace continues, then I would say you're done with the purge.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, if it is peaceful, then I would kind of just like see, since the purge just ended, your brain is still kind of calibrating with the
Mhm.
changes. So I would say after you give yourself a couple days or maybe a week of just living in the peace after the purge is over, then go back to your original misogi and your question and be like, how do I feel about having children?
Hmm.
I wouldn't even ask yourself that right now because I just don't think it's settled. You'll get a
Yeah,
different,
no,
you'll
no,
get a different,
I'm not sure it has sunk in, and I'm not even sure 100% that it's totally finished.
it's over.
For
Yeah.
today, yes.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
was my idea that I just had to like get some sleep and then see tomorrow
Yeah.
if
So
it's really
it'll
finished.
usually let you sleep and eat and have a
Yeah,
life and all of that. Um,
yeah.
Yeah, I get the sense it might not be completely over yet.
Okay.
I don't want to put that in your mind because if it is over, great, but I feel like you might have a little bit more. But yeah, but just so you know, that's how to know when it's over, and then give it a couple days, and then go back to your original question. Be like, okay, how do I feel about this now? Because basically, what happens is it's like pushing Control Alt Delete on your brain, and you will be a radically different person. And right now, you're just kind of you're in like the chrysalis of it. Like you know how when a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, they make a cocoon.
Mm-hmm.
They become the
Mm-hmm.
you become the you're the soup. It becomes soup. It literally changes into another animal, but before it changes into another animal, it becomes soup. So you're in the soup part right now. So anything that like your beliefs and your thoughts about things aren't really going to be the reality of what's to come. So once you're over the purge, then check in and ask yourself how you feel about the kids stuff.
Okay. Yeah, that's very helpful. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. You're
thank you.
welcome. Yeah, I forgot about the purge. I need to add that to the coaching certification. That's important for people to know. Okay, Clara,
Hi, Brittany. How are you?
good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm doing tapping daily with Casey, and she's amazing. And we've been getting to a lot of really deep stuff. And we actually were on a session this morning. And I guess what's coming up for me and what came up in the session, like the Masogi is the business at the end of the year. And a lot of what has been coming up in our sessions is around like childhood and like support and just like this feeling throughout my like childhood and then early adult life of like having the rug pulled out from under me, like pretty abruptly, and then just feeling completely like panicked and fried and kind of like stuck in the middle of it. And I'm in the middle of moving right now to Mexico City, which is somewhere that I absolutely love and I can't wait to be there. And I'm just feeling like I'm feeling really overwhelmed. It's like I'm doing it, and what I'm trying to hold is this tension between like doing this work and like the deeper healing work that I know I have to do and attend to without falling back into just like shutting everything off and just like doing. I don't know if I'm articulating it well. It's like I'm trying to find a balance between those two sides of me. And it feels really hard to like create the space to go deep and then like foster it. It's like I want to just kind of like shut down and just like go. I don't know if that makes sense.
Your question's not super clear, but I think I have a sense of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to tell you a story about myself, and
Okay.
you can take it or leave it. If it
Yeah.
lands for you, great. I, for a long time, was always striving for balance. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to be so balanced. And I'm doing this all or nothing thing all the time. I'm either working like crazy or anything I do, I go fucking balls to the wall, or I'm
Yeah.
literally horizontal in bed watching Netflix for a week.
Yeah.
And, and I judged myself that there was something wrong with that for most of my life, and I can't remember when it stopped, but I remember somebody saying maybe that's just your rhythm. Maybe that's
Mm.
just who you are. And I had it reflected back to me by my sister and best friends and people who know me really well. My sister calls me a bear. She's like, you will fucking hibernate forever and then you come out swinging. And the
Mm.
outcome and so and I've just learned to honor that rhythm for myself. It doesn't work for everybody. Other people need more balance. And so I don't know if this is right for you, but there is something to, just like noticing how you are and how you operate and working with what you have versus trying to change yourself all the time. I'm a big fan. I mean, I'm obviously always trying to get better and personal growth and changes like my whole life. But I
Mm.
also notice when it's just like a rhythmic thing that I'm like, I'm not going to fight against the current here, you know? So I don't know if that's helpful or not, but I think, especially when you're like when you're in a big move, you're doing a bunch of tapping, you're making a lot of changes, like that's a lot. You've got a lot going on right now, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess I don't quite know what my question is either. I guess I don't know. It just like feels like a part of me or parts of me that are very like tender and young that are like coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm like wanting to, I guess, like honor them. And I also kind of don't like know how with what I have to do. Like I don't know what
Mhm.
my question is or like really how to articulate it. Or I'm like, I don't want to ignore you and like not give you the space that you need, but also like I have to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's fair, and I think building a relationship with these parts of you is a really valuable skill. And you can have chats with it, like, "Hey, can we come back later? Hey, I honor you, I respect you, I understand you're here, and I think when you do inner child work, coming the acknowledgement and coming back is the most important part. So like
Yeah.
if you are gonna say, okay, hey, I see you, I hear you, I just can't do it right now, the most important part is that you come back to it.
Yeah.
So just make that a priority, put it in your phone, put it at the top, pin it to the top of your note section in your phone, and just, or put an alert on your calendar, like whatever is going to work for you.
Okay. And then just another really quick question. I feel like I have really been trying to, I'm going at it from like current things that are happening, but then also just trying to think about, okay, what are some like core beliefs that keep coming up from early life? And I feel that during this tapping, what I really noticed is like, okay, there's like my younger self really did internalize this idea of like you're bad. It's like you're a bad kid, like you're a bad person, like there's something fundamentally like bad or wrong about you. And I mean, it makes me sad when I say that, right? Because I'm like, well, I know that's not true. But like there's this part of me that just like really like feels that. And I feel like that's been like such a deep core operating belief. And I'm like, I'm tapping on it, like I'm doing the tapping, but I'm like, how do I shift that? It's like, how do you really get to a place where it's like, because there are parts of me that are like, I know that's not true, but there is this like really young part of me that's like, I won't let that go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That I mean I relate to that. I remember feeling the same way. A lot of that gets healed through anger work.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I think you can, if you have the energy, which you're really tender right now, so I don't know that I would like try to do more tapping or definitely like try to do anger work.
Yeah.
I would, you might have some like more sobbing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, either like tons of sobbing about how untrue that was and how long you've carried this, or
Hmm.
anger about the lie that you were told and
Yeah.
the lie you believed, I think would be really helpful.
Yeah. I feel like I was like angry my whole life, right? Like I'm like that was my like one of my ways of like surviving and getting through things. I was really kind of like tough and fierce, and I could be really like quippy and just kind of like fuck off, And so it's like I can see how that got me through what I needed to get through, and probably there is still more anger, but it does just feel like there's a lot of sadness more than anything. But also what you said of just like for me it feels like that balance of I'm like I need to like feel this stuff and process it, and then there's another part of me that's just like for how long? It's
Totally.
like a lot of
Yeah.
crying.
Totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
you might be in a purge too. I mean, if you're just like sobbing and weeping for days about things that have happened, that sounds like a purge also. Um, yeah. When you're in this kind of space, I don't think doing more, like forcing yourself to do more work is the answer. I think it's
Yeah.
just going with what comes up. Like that's kind of the difference between tapping the way that we do it and a purge is like
Yeah.
with the purge, whatever is going to come up is coming up. It's picking for you. You don't get a choice.
Okay.
So I think if there's a lot of sadness and you're remembering the lie that you've believed about, yourself this whole time and you have a lot of grief and weeping, just tap and cry all day long if you need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the did you talk about purges on Monday? Because I wasn't able to be there live.
I think I just noticed that Miriam was in one.
Okay.
And so like that's today when I talked to her about it, that's the most I've
Mhm.
said on, that's way more than I've said on it. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
if you didn't listen to it, it's no big deal
Yeah.
because
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. No, I heard you speaking to Miriam, but I didn't know if like you'd covered it on Monday and I missed it.
No, I
Okay.
just I just kind of sensed that she was in a purge, and so I was
Yeah.
like, come on Thursday and we'll talk more about it. So
Okay. And so that's what it is. You're just like
I
tapping and
think
letting it come out.
yeah, you
Okay.
just let it come out, and it's not really about pushing the food away or doing the opposite game or anything. It's just letting whatever's wanting to come up right now come out and
Okay.
allowing yourself to release it. So if
Okay.
it's sobbing for 8 hours a day, or if it's getting really angry for, a couple hours a day and hitting pillows, it's just like you have no choice but to get this out of your body. It's kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much.
okay, you're welcome. Good luck and keep checking in.
Yeah.
It's
Thanks.
stressful. Yeah. Okay, Wendy.
Hi, Brittany. I just wanted to say first a big thank you because from our session on Monday, I've just been like having a great time. Like I've been like, at peace and relaxed and like I'm not triggered by anything. So it's just been fantastic. Mwah. And I
Oh.
so I just had a quick thing I was going to ask you about, and I think this has to do with my Muscovy, your upper limits threat script. I guess it was number one that you had sent out. One of the things I was thinking about was when I was tapping on that, where it had like a moment things go well, I brace. It's kind of like in a nutshell, like that's been my whole pattern, like through, being a young kid on. And I think that's why I finally at college level, like had panic attacks that were really severe. So that's when I had to go on something. And that's why I've been on something ever since, because I think I'm just waiting for the shoe to drop, you know?
Totally.
Yeah. And it's been like that, over and over again. So I think that's why I've postponed, going off the medicine, trying to deal with things at work. And so I just wanted to ask you how you suggest I go about, when I'm tapping on this and trying to figure out how a way I can just shift that whole thing about waiting for something to drop. If there's that feeling that I can try to get away from my daily life, because I think that's my whole thing is that I'm just trying to get a more flow going where I don't have to worry about, I'm so tense and I have to worry about things coming up that might happen. And I'm just trying to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Wendy, it makes sense given what the way your dad, treated you when he was angry and how it came out of nowhere. It makes sense that you would develop that pattern. So I think continuing to work on to like, okay, let's always go back to your relationship with food or your addictive behavior. So your relationship with food have you noticed that's changed since the last session that we had?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So so does that mean like your emotional eating is completely gone or it's like half of what it used to be or you just didn't eat for a couple of days? Tell me what the difference is.
Okay. Well, it's definitely, I think, gone in the way that I'm not binging because I would binge like every single day. Because either it would most likely be at the end of the day when the work piled up and the stress and everything. So I would just start like at 7 o'clock, just eating all the time. So I'm not having to do that at all. Like every day since then, I've been just eating what I'm supposed to eat. And just I get full and then I just don't want to eat anything. So it's been
Great.
like yeah, it's been great, great, great. It's such a blessing. So
Okay. Okay. Um, yeah, what I would, okay, so hopefully that stays and hopefully we figured it out and we got to the core of why you're eating at night. And if it comes back, just be aware. If it comes back in any way, be on top of it and make sure you do push the food away and you go back and you heal whatever is behind it. Okay. So don't let this distract you from that because that's the number one. Oh, that's always going to be the number one way that we heal. That's going to give us the fastest results is through the food and through the addictive urge. Okay. So if that comes up, you want to look at it as a blessing because it's something else that needs to be addressed. Okay. I'm not saying it's going to come back because there is a point where you just get to the end of it and you could be there. The other thing that we talked about is uh, the bracing for something to happen, something bad to happen. The scripts that I put in the 90 days, they're kind of just to give you ideas. Mine wasn't any of those five. When I actually dug deeper, mine was, I'm afraid when it gets good that somebody's going to take it away from me. So I think so I had to say words around what that meant for me. That was more connected to my childhood. So I think use those scripts to give you some ideas of how to tap on that. You can tap on the general statements like I'm just always waiting for something bad to happen. I'm always waiting, I'm never it's going to come out of nowhere. You know, whatever the words are, I think just customize the tapping script so that it's specific for you. And then catch yourself. Notice when things get good. Notice if you let yourself if you allow yourself to have it, or if you expand into it, or if you contract.
Okay. Oh, thank you. That's
Okay.
great.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Wendy. Okay. Hi, Grace.
Hi, let's see. I texted you about Masogi. Maybe I need to go to something.
Oh, I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, that's what I'm looking at now. Because
Are
I
you
just,
wanting to change it?
yeah, I think it has more to do with what would it be like if because I have felt this before in my life and then I sabotaged it right away. If I felt really good in my body, I mean, the clothes are the ones I want to wear. I just feel good. I mean, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
And for me, that's more foundational than doing my yoga and walking, which I would do if I felt that way. I mean, this is how I'm
Well,
putting it.
okay. I have your Misogi is 35 pounds, and then the depression is
Oh,
that?
depression's gone. I don't have time for that now. I
Okay,
did.
wait. Hold on. I want everybody to notice how everyone is trying to change their Misogi now. Okay? Everyone, you're trying to change your Misogi because you have made such big, what I can tell from most people, you've made such good progress, such quick progress on the problem you came in here with. Okay, so everybody's kind of skipping over that and not celebrating it. Let me tell you, uncelebrated goodness turns to shit.
I
Okay?
know, I know.
That's
So
something that I learned from Mama Gina, and it's absolutely true. If you don't share it, if you don't celebrate it, if you don't sit with it, if you don't allow yourself to feel it and to give yourself credit for the change, it will turn to shit. And it'll come back. So
it will because my
yeah,
experience of that. I mean, I have celebrating myself is not a strong suit. Has not been a strong suit.
yeah.
Changing. So I will say, after one session with Casey, we did a tapping on depression. I had the script, and I think I've only done it once because so much has changed in my life. There are many. There are three big things. This being one that are synchronistic, all happening now, and I'm not depressed. I don't need ice cream.
So awesome, Grace.
I
That is
know.
so awesome.
And this morning, now yesterday I think I caught the edge of something, which is unusual for me. So I was nauseous yesterday and just laid low, and I'm just miso soup and water and baths. So, and I'll say because I'll celebrate it. This is the first time I've seen the scale go below 160 in I don't know how long.
Okay, so you're losing weight and you stopped your depression, and we're not even in 1 month in, Grace.
I know. Isn't it wonderful?
Yes, it's wonderful. And that,
And and here's another one. When we were doing the class, whenever that was on body shame, I was just sobbing. I mean, I just don't do that, but now I do because and then I woke up
I
like
bring that out in people.
2 or 3 mornings ago. I've been waking up early, like 3:34, and now I'm Sadhguru. I mean, I'm remembering or I'm hearing that that's a very sacred time. I do your practices then. I woke up then and I just started crying and I just was sobbing for like 2 hours.
Oh,
And I feel like the faucets, the gates are opening, which
yeah,
I celebrate. I really celebrate that because, I've had losses, and my mother was the only one who could talk about how she felt after my brother died suddenly. And, but we didn't matter. So grief has not been something that I've um, allowed myself to feel.
yeah.
I feel like that's what's opening up now. And
Mm.
and then so on that day, I guess it was yesterday, really, yesterday morning, because then I realized, oh my God, today's the anniversary of my mother's birthday. Uh, Yesterday, January 28th, was
Yeah.
my mother's birthday. And she's the most uh,
Um,
I say, there's just a lot there. So
yeah,
it's like that's when that happened. And I thought, okay, there's something here. I'm not going to make anything out of it with my mind. I don't think that's the
yeah,
point. I think it's just I'm celebrating that I'm I'm able to get close to tears
yeah.
and even
Grace, you're making tons of progress. I kind of want to just like not change anything right now because I want you to just, I want I want you to just stay in the celebration and the honoring of how far you've come and how much change you've made. Like the person you were when you started and the person you are now, it's only been 1 month. We have two more of these. It's radical, okay? It's radical. So, yeah, well done. Well done. And I don't think it's time to make any changes yet. Let's
And you
just,
know, you reminded me, I forgot that I had done that. I had said 35 pounds. I thought it was just keep with the yoga and the walking and the movement, but 35 pounds. I mean, that's part of me feeling like,
good in your body, right? If you
yeah,
lost the 35 pounds, yeah,
yeah,
that's why I'm bringing you back to that because I'm like, I think you're
yeah,
actually that was your intention and
yeah.
you're on, yeah.
And then everything goes with that. So that,
Okay, Amanda, I have some time. I'll stay on and answer your question. I know we're up to the hour, but I've got extra time today. I don't always, but I will get to your question. Awesome job, Grace. Well done.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Amanda. Yeah, if anybody needs to drop off, you guys, I understand. I normally have a meeting after this, but he canceled. So, hi.
Hi. Sorry. I've been out, right? Because I was on my wonderful Nasogi in central Patagonia, which was not wonderful because there were forest fires and we didn't get to hike and camp where we wanted to. So, at any rate, that's okay. So, prior to leaving, you had me doing daily anchor tapping, right? Because I'm trying to clear out all of this emotional and physical shit from multiple houses, from parents on both sides of the family houses.
Yeah.
So I made a conscious decision when I was gone that I wasn't going to do any anchor tapping. I didn't have the space or the place or the privacy to be able to do that. So I really kind of flipped into just focusing on gratitude for being where I was, right? So I'm back. Well, and then our return was delayed because of the blizzard, right? So now I'm back, and trying to sort of catch up, but feeling just like really flat. I don't know how else to say it. Like it's like all I want to do is anger tap, but I'm kind of not. I like personally, I feel like I want to be done anger tapping, but I can't, I can't cry about anything. I can't, I don't know. It's just strange. Sorry, this is Otto.
That's okay.
He's like, I hear your voice. I need to see you.
Yeah. Okay, well, there's nothing triggering you. So you were gonna purge your room, right? This is you're gonna purge
Yeah,
your room.
just
Okay.
stuff.
Can you get in there and just start throwing shit away?
Well, I mean, that's the trouble, right? I don't, I have all these pictures that I have this plan that I'm going to scan them and sort of save them somehow. And I have all these recipes and I have these things like these have value. Like I don't, I think it's the generational part of, we talked about this last time I was here, which, my grandfather, my grandparents that were the, Great Depression and they had just like stuff, right? They saved everything and I just feel like I'm having trouble just saying no, I don't need it or want it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, well, I think if you had a garage sale, you put all the shit on your lawn
yeah,
and you put a price on the things, that would stir up some emotions for you.
yeah,
Even if you just posted that you're going to have a garage sale on Facebook and you make
okay,
it 2 weeks out from now,
okay,
because you need a deadline, right? Like this is a hard thing to do, and you're not going to do it unless there's a date
right,
on the calendar.
okay,
So, yeah, I mean, I can't be the one to tell you what to keep and what to throw away, but I do know
right,
that I do know that if I do know that if you really want to clean the room, there's no way you can keep everything. And so
yes,
you're gonna have to get over the frozenness or the perfectionist part of you that wants to do it perfectly and has a plan for every single thing. I
yeah,
think if you just kind of do like, hey, this is a free for all, there's some really cool stuff here. Um, Please come over and take it, maybe add some photos and, even put some prices on what you think you'd accept for these things if somebody bought it. I think that would do it. Does that feel crunchy at all?
It just gives me anxiety. I mean, I don't know what
Great.
else to.
Great. Okay, that's what
Yeah,
we want.
yeah,
Okay. We want to stir up the emotion. So anxiety is usually blocking anger.
right. And so, I mean, I have been going in this guest room and just like screaming at the top of my lungs. Sorry.
Right.
Um, you know, daily since
Oh, okay. I thought you
what?
heard, I thought I heard that
Well,
you weren't feeling anything. You weren't, nothing was coming up.
so I think outside of the moments when I'm doing anger work, I just feel really flat, right? So I don't know how else to say it. Um, we
What
were
happens
out.
at the end of your anger sessions? How do you know you're done with anger? When you do the
I
anger
just
work on yourself, are
I
you
just feel really exhausted. I just feel really exhausted, and it's like I can't do anymore.
okay. 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 And then like kind of the rest of the day feels flat and you're just kind of feeling shitty.
Yeah, but even like when we were on our trip, like we were at dinner with friends. Should have been a great time. Everybody else is laughing and I just felt like disengaged maybe is
Yeah.
the word to say. Just it wasn't that I wasn't interested. I just like couldn't elevate to that level.
Well, you kind of like joined this container and you're like, okay, I'm going to ignore that and I'm going to go do this other fun thing.
Right,
But you're in
right.
the container and the energy is
Yeah,
working with you. And so
right.
what I'm seeing and sensing about you is that there's a lot of shit that wants to come up and you're kind of
Yeah,
like not looking at it. You're actually like you're doing it, but then like other stuff is coming up throughout the day, but you're like, I don't have time for that. And I just don't feel, if you feel shitty, that's when you turn inward and go, okay, what's triggering me right now? What do I feel shitty about? What is this feeling? Is it sadness? Is it depression? Is it, anger? Is it, anxiety? Like what is it? So I think you're like doing the anger work and you're like, okay, I'm done. You might need to do hours of tapping every day for a couple of weeks. And
okay.
that I know it sounds like I mean, this is the kind of shit that will change the trajectory of your life though. And that's why you're in
Right,
this container, right? And so you
right.
might, I kind of feel like you might have a purge coming up too. It's funny that you want to purge this room and, there's people in a purge in this container. So it would make sense that that would be coming up for you right now. But if you're ignoring it, then you're just going to feel like shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should I like take a garbage bag upstairs with me when I go into the room and do some anger and then like take five things and put them in the bag or like set those sorts of rules for myself or
Yeah,
um
I think the step before that is just tapping on what is present for you right now. There's
okay.
sadness, there's grief, there's other emotions. It's not
Yeah,
just anger, right?
right,
So
right, sure.
so I think it's like you're doing the anger work, but then you're not addressing the sadness,
Okay, okay,
right? So like just doing more anger work or purging isn't gonna fix it. It's just gonna bring up these other emotions that want to be looked at and want to be cared for um and healed.
okay,
You'll feel a lot better. The good news is you'll feel a lot better once you do it. It seems harder, but you'll feel a lot better once you do it.
okay,
Yeah. Is
okay.
that helpful?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can see it, I can feel it. I think it's just like some grief and some sadness. I think that's probably and it seems like you're fighting off tears even a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Then there's that part of me that like emotions weren't displayed when I was a kid, so it's hard for me to do it.
Okay. Yeah, that
I mean,
makes
that was we were very Germanic in our home,
I get
if that
it. I
makes any
get it.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it could be really healing to just like let yourself have a fucking really good cry
Okay.
for as long as you want. Like there's no
Okay.
rules. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks,
All
Amanda.
right.
Good luck.
Thanks, Brittany.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Clara. I have 2 more minutes.
It's super, super quick. Just something that you just said made me think of it. So when we're doing that, like with the kind of just purging emotions, because my brain wants to like narrate it, right? But should we just really just like sit there and just feel and tap through the points? Or how do we kind of self-direct through that?
Yeah. If memories come up, go, like let yourself relive them. I think
Okay.
it's more like getting out of the way and just noticing what's present
Okay.
versus trying to control or do any kind of technique. So the way I experience it, I don't know how, I mean, I can only speak for myself and I've seen other people do it, but the way that comes up for me is I'm remembering certain things that happened and I'm just in it and it's kind of like echo tapping where you go back and you're there and I just let myself cry and be really sad about it and be back in that memory.
Okay. And then the healing comes from the fact that you're like tapping to regulate, right?
Exactly. You don't
Okay.
have to worry about doing all the send to the healing center and all of that.
Okay.
Especially if you're crying a lot. A purge is usually like a lot of tears.
Yeah.
If you're crying a lot, just let yourself sob and tap at the same time, and that's all the healing you need.
Okay. And I guess that I'll go and do that, but I'm guessing that again, it's like the healing kind of comes from you're regulating yourself while you're like witnessing those things. So you're almost like you're like seeing those parts of yourself that have been like wanted to be seen.
Yeah, it kind of happens at the end of the healing journey too about something because you're seeing it from a new perspective
Yeah.
while it's kind of like the old pieces are just like the old pieces are still there, but now you have this new way of seeing it and you can see how
Mhm.
wrong it was and how
Yeah.
much it's affected you. And so I think
Yeah.
that the tears come from.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, Mary Lou, I'm sorry, I have to get off now. Is it really quick? Mary Lou, I have here. This is supposed to only be an hour-long call.
I know, I know. I
Okay.
I'll make it one sentence. I can't make myself tap at all, at
Okay.
all.
Yeah.
Just when you're doing it on a call. I
Yeah.
can't make myself tap at all.
Okay. Well, that's
That's
a big
all.
problem.
It's a big problem.
That's a big problem. Okay. You can, let's see. Is there anybody that there's a tapping script. I'll put a tapping script in the Google Doc about not wanting to tap.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens to people sometimes. And yeah, it's really scary sometimes and also hearing all their changes that people are making. There's part of you
Right.
that wants to stay the same and doesn't want to change the way that everybody else is changing. And so that part of you can not feel motivated to tap.
I, as everybody's talking, I thought, well, maybe I need a coach so I could do it like every day, but I can't afford that. So I've got a
Yeah.
lot of frustrating feelings.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. I'll make a tapping script just for you and I'll put it in the group, okay?
Thank you.
You're
Thank,
welcome.
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, thank you everybody. You all are doing awesome. Have a
Thank you,
fantastic.
Brittany.
You're
Thanks,
so
everyone.
welcome. Yeah, you're so welcome. You guys are doing great. Keep up the tapping and Mary will get you tapping and keep the crying and just know that we'll all be together again on Monday. So I know this is tough, but you guys are making awesome progress. You're going to be super, super excited at the end of the 90 days. You'll be really happy about all the work that you're putting in right now.
Thank you.
Okay, bye everybody. Lisa, I love your sweatshirt. That's really cute. I am enough. That's really nice. Okay, bye guys.